My husband used to say the first mile is a liar. He believed that during the first mile of any run, your body might scream in pain, might be begging you to stop because it's uncomfortable, it's exhausting, and every step feels like a battle. He also argued that once you push through that first mile, your body begins to settle. Your breathing evens out, your heart rate stabilizes, and you find a pace that feels almost effortless, a rhythm that makes you feel that you could keep running forever. While we would run together, I would often disagree with him and say, no, my body is not lying. My body is telling me the truth. It's hurting, it's in pain, and it does want to stop. And honestly, I think there's merit to both perspectives. When your body is crying out, it's sending a message that just deserves acknowledgement. But here's the thing, it's not about ignoring or dismissing that pain. It's about acknowledging it, honoring it, without letting it dictate your next actions. So when you're running, you have two choices: keep going, even though you're acknowledging the pain, or stop altogether and just quit. But here's the thing where my husband was absolutely right. After that first mile, for some people, it takes about a mile and a half, just depending on body type, shape, and level of experience when it comes to running. Something miraculous happens. Your body does begin to recognize that you're not going to stop. It adjusts, it quiets down, and it does what it was designed to do: keep moving forward. Eventually, you find that gorgeous pace where every step feels like freedom. And that's the beauty of endurance. It rewards those who persevere. Learning to honor the struggle is all about moving forward. Honoring your body doesn't mean entertaining its complaints or bowing to its resistance. It means recognizing the discomfort and responding with resilience. For me, this is where self-talk and affirmations have always become essential. When my body pitches a fit, whether I am doing any kind of fitness, workouts, whatever, running or otherwise, or just moving forward in my life and my tasks and my projects and in my job, I counter it with truths. Things like, you are strong. You were made for this. If you can run a marathon, you can do anything. And for me personally, I like to tease myself and say, look, if you can birth 5 kids, 2 without medication, you can run for an hour, or fill in the blank. You can do whatever for an hour. This shift in mindset transforms the struggle completely. It releases different types of chemicals in my brain and in your brain to help you not focus so much on the pain and surely not erase it, but reframe it. Understand that whatever the discomfort is for good. It's positive production. So instead of seeing resistance as a wall, you begin to see it as maybe a hurdle, a little speed bump, something to overcome, not something to stop you. So the first mile in my life looks like this. See, running isn't the only place where that first mile shows up, as I've already mentioned. It is a universal experience in life that whenever you begin something new, whether it's starting a business, pursuing a dream, moving to a new place, a new town, or stepping into a season of personal growth, the first mile is always the hardest. I should say the first mile, whatever that looks like. It can be messy, it can be gritty, it can be full of questions and then reasons to quit. And sadly, most people do quit. Most people exhaust themselves running around looking for the quick fix, the silver bullet, the something that's going to make the whole process easier. And as my husband used to say, if you want to get better at running, you just have to keep running. So if you want to get better at your job, if you want to go out and pursue that new thing, if you want to heal those emotions, you just have to keep going. You can slow your pace, but quitting just should never be an option. When people do quit, they never learn how to push through that initial resistance. Everybody has that first mile, that first hiccup to get over. And the key is learning how to push through that. Instead, many people just entertain the pain, talk about it, make space for it, make space for doubt, and then ultimately decide that it's too tough to continue. But what if that hard thing, that first mile that you're facing, even right now, is exactly why you're here? Why you're here on this earth? What if that resistance that you're feeling is so that you are aligned with your design, that if you do anything else, you'll never be able to find satisfaction? What if instead of stopping, you push through, greedy as hell, ugly as sin, but then you made it to on the other side of your first mile? And then you think, okay, I did 1 mile. Let me try a half. Let me work to do 2, right? And on and on. Let me write that next report. Let me speak to that other person. Let me go to that place that is unfamiliar 1 more time. And in doing so, we tend to find our rhythm. On the other side of the struggle is a rhythm that is uniquely yours. I love running analogies and I love running for so many reasons, but one being that we all we have different backgrounds, we have different shapes, sizes, all of the things, and each of us runs differently. Nobody has the same pace. And the Word of God says something very similar. Each one of us is meant to run our own race. That's in Hebrews 12. So we find a rhythm and a pace that is uniquely ours. And it's the pace that allows us to move forward in whatever we're doing with joy, with energy, and with purpose. But you can only find it if you're willing to endure the messy beginning. I like when people say like a messy middle. I think nothing's more messy, in my opinion, than the beginning. Pushing past that first mile isn't always easy. In fact, it's rarely easy. It requires some grit and self-talk, and most of all, the courage to face discomfort head on. But the reward is worth it. And when you reach that place where your heart and your body and your soul align, you'll realize that every step was leading you to something beautiful. Whatever you're doing today, whatever you're facing, I hope and I sincerely pray that it aligns with your design. I pray that whatever you're doing, if it feels gritty and hard and tough, that you keep going, even if it's you just take little micro steps towards freedom, towards that new goal, towards that dream. Whatever it is, I hope that you are pursuing it with all the passion that God deposited in you. So again, whether you are pursuing a passion, starting a new chapter, or simply just taking a small step towards a new goal, remember the first mile is always the hardest. It can be messy, it can be painful, and it might make you want to stop and argue with the one you're doing it with. In my case, at this moment, it would be the Lord. But don't quit. Speak life over yourself and over your situation. With your mouth, you create the next season of your life. Honor the struggle without entertaining it, without making room for it. Just honor, yep, this is where I am. And yes, this is hard. And yes, I'm going to move forward. Push through with everything that you have, knowing that when you're aligned with your calling and your purpose, whatever it is that you're doing, He's always backing you. And trust that your rhythm is waiting on the other side of that first mile. My friend, you were made for this. Keep going at your pace for your purpose, and know that joy in the journey is just ahead.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Freedom Files. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.